Thanks for joining us Behind the Frontline, a podcast providing timeless solutions to everyday workforce and workplace challenges. Frontline Training Solutions is an express employment professionals company, strategically placed between the workplace and the workforce with professionals standing by, ready to combat your unique challenges. Learn more about what we do at frontlineon.com. Thanks for tuning in to this special segment of Behind the Frontline, where we went to Denver, Colorado to the Express Employment Professionals International Leadership Conference, and we sat down with some of the top staffing leaders around the country and asked them questions about what challenges they are seeing in the workplace and the workforce, and their thoughts about how companies can become and stay employers of choice. Like anything you hear and want to know more, contact us at frontlineon.com or reach out to your local Express Employment Professionals near you. All right, so now we're sitting here with Patty O'Connor and Cheri Milford, and they're both employees at HQ, our Express International, and we're excited to be sitting with them. So we're going to ask you guys a few questions, all right?
Sounds great.
All right,
Love
so
it.
the first question is, you guys can just go one at a time. What is your role at the Express International headquarters?
Patty O'Connor. I am the Service Line Director for Skilled Trades. What that really means is that I'm responsible for working with the franchisees, the corporation, developing and creating marketing and strategy, educational opportunities so that our franchisees and our employment specialists within those franchisees can learn and understand and do a better job recruiting and placing skilled trades people to ultimately satisfy our clients and our clients and our prospects as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's great. Yeah.
And yes, my name, well, you already introduced me. My role is Service Line Director for Office Services. And like Patty, my focus is to ensure that our franchisees have the tools, support, resources, coaching that they need to be successful in growing our office services division. Not many companies know we're the third largest supplier of office administrative talent in the United States, so we're very well positioned. But we're number 2 light industrial skilled trades, and so that tends to overshadow our branding for office administrative. But we've been specializing in office administrative for 40 years now.
So we know we're going to have a lot of folks that are familiar with Express listening to this, but some people may not be. Can you talk about what skilled trades is and what office support is, if that would be something you could do real quick?
Skilled trades it's really what many in the skilled trades world know it to be, right? It is those individuals working in a trade. They don't necessarily go to college to get an education. They are your welders. They are your machinists. They are your heavy equipment operators, your CDL drivers. They are the individuals who usually go to trade schools or get work experience that takes them to a higher level. Your plumbers, your carpenters.
They make this world go around, right?
They are the blue-collar workforce that keeps this company running.
That is awesome.
Running. Yes.
Thank you so much. And then office support. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, office and administrative support. So it's really, you've got your entry-level general clerical and customer service, and SIA projects that there'll be 3 million people employed in general clerical and customer service roles annually, so it's one of the largest segments. You also have your accounting clericals, so accounts payable, receivables clerk, your administrative assistants, executive assistants. We're seeing great demand across the healthcare and social assistance sector for medical office talent, and looking at sales and those types of things too. Just anything that rolls up, under
That's
admin.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Wow. So with your roles, both very important roles in our company, I would love to know your perspective. What are the challenges that you're seeing in the workplace and within the workforce, and from your perspective?
Really, on the skilled trade side, the challenge we really have is there's an aging workforce. That educated, individual that went to college is not interested really in getting their hands dirty. And even myself as a mother, right, told my child he had to go to college.
Right?
Yep. And so the talented blue collar individual in our workforce is aging out. Right? Or even with COVID, a lot of them got sick and decided to retire out.
Early retirement.
So there's a lot of people who have left the workforce, and yet up until really, really recently, has there been a real refocus on skilled trades, and so there's a huge shortage. Most of our skilled trades employees are gainfully employed, and so there's not an abundance of skilled trades people. And so when you're working with clients, trying to help them and educate them, saying you can find some of the qualities you're looking for, maybe not all the qualities, because we only have a small pool of talent to work from.
Right. Would you say that when it comes to early retirement and aging out of the workforce, would you say that maybe like one of the biggest problems with that is the knowledge transfer? Or
Yes, very much so. Because again, that generation wanted to go to college or was told to go to college, right? They never thought about getting their hands dirty. And so getting enough people into a company who can learn from the people who are aging out, or, the people graduating from the trade schools that can get in there and get the information quick enough and fast enough is a challenge for employers alike.
I have a quick story about this. I used to work at a cheese company in Wisconsin. Shout out to the Grande Cheese Company. I love that place. And I was responsible for the succession process. And while we were there building out the succession process, we ended up adding maintenance manager to the succession key roles that we needed to have succession for. And it's, I think, exactly what you were talking about is people that have that skill, have that knowledge, experience, just not a lot of them. And our workforce was aging out. And to Nic's point, the knowledge transfer that was needed was also an additional thing. It's like, not only do we need to find somebody to succeed, but we need somebody to also be able to transfer that knowledge too. So,
very much so. And interesting you say that, because facilities maintenance and machine maintenance have been our fastest growing skilled trades positions since COVID.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and for office administrative, same thing. There's been a talent shortage for quite some time, right? And so focusing on attracting candidates, getting them into your pipeline. When we look, though, at the impacts of AI, there's question, will it eliminate positions within the office clerical sector? And what we really anticipate is it's not going to eliminate, but it's going to elevate, really, the types of positions, because we'll be able to manage some of the more transactional functions of a job with AI enhancements. And so we're going to need to elevate the skill sets of our talent pool to fill the positions of tomorrow. Positive impacts of that would be just increased satisfaction with your position, right? But we've got to upskill the talent for the positions of tomorrow to fulfill the needs.
Yeah.
So
That's so true. I was just having a conversation about AI and the benefits of utilizing it as a tool. So reframing your perspective around it and then just getting it 80, 90% there and then adding that human touch to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So rather than being afraid of it, adapting to it.
Yeah.
Utilize it within your current skill set.
Absolutely.
I love that idea, elevate.
Yeah.
They're not going to go away, but the role's going to change.
Right.
And we're going to have new skills are going to be needed, but that's going to be critical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what is your personal best advice from your perspective for companies as they're maneuvering the current talent crisis, as they're maneuvering these challenges?
I really think, when companies are looking to hire individuals, it really does require a little bit of openness and allowing an opportunity for an education and a conversation.
Yes.
Because there are a lot of people looking for jobs that have very similar skill sets, right? A lot of skilled trades people don't have resumes, or they do, but yet the terminology they may use may not exactly match your company's terminology, so it doesn't look like they have the same skill sets. And so making sure you're allowing an opportunity in your recruiting and in your interview process to have conversations to learn more about what these people are doing, because the skill sets a lot of times are very similar, can be paired well with your organization if you just take time to learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I know we all are moving so busy and we're working so hard to get positions filled so quickly that we're really not taking the time to actually have those conversations to learn and dig deeper on a resume to figure out someone's skill sets.
That's really smart.
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
I would agree with Patty on that, and I think you really need to look at your process. What does your recruiting process look like? Are you inadvertently introducing barriers that are creating challenges for applicants to move through the process? And what is that experience like, right? Are they walking away feeling good about your organization or really frustrated about the process that you're putting them through? And show your people some love. We gotta appreciate, gotta
so good.
appreciate the people.
Respect.
We do. And I'll just put Administrative Professionals Week is coming up April 21st to the 25th, right? So really great time for you to show your internal office and administrative talent some love.
I love that.
Show
Yeah.
love.
We I always like to think of it. I love what you said about, the barrier and, you can either be a wall builder or you can be a bridge builder.
Yeah,
And,
it's beautiful. Love that.
So that's great. Well,
And
thank
there's
you.
so many, when you really think about the people who are looking for jobs, there's so many jobs that are out there. And like Cheri said, if you're putting up walls, right, these people have choices, right? They have choices all over the place. And so the harder it is for you to attract talent, the harder it is to talk to them about what barriers you're putting up, They have
Yeah.
choices, and they will move on.
That's
I've been
right.
telling
Because
people.
if
Go
they
ahead.
do that, if they do that from the beginning, what's it like once I get a job? Like, does it get easier? Does it get even harder?
Right.
Or even in the onboarding process, think about what kind of walls you're putting up as they've already said yes to the company. Like, why do we have such a big turnover right
Yeah, and
now?
the experiences that you're creating. I've been telling folks, your best attraction strategy right now is your retention strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
You got to keep those people. Show them the love.
Yeah.
And then open the doors a little wider. That's what I heard you saying, Patty. It's like, don't be so restrictive. Gone are the days that you can have 10 specific qualifications that have to be met. Now we need to maybe open that up a little bit.
Yes, very much so.
That's great.
All right, so the final question that we had
Yes.
is we have our new Training and Solutions catalog magazine. And just for creativity, cuteness, I guess, we're trying to...
Ooh, cuteness out of you, Nick. Wow, that's good.
we were
Cuteness.
having a debate on what we're going to call this. So it's either catalogazine or magalogazine.
Yes, we need some input on this. What do you guys think?
I'm going Magalagazine.
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess to mix it up, I got to go catalogazine.
I like that.
Oh, we are even right now. I'm Magalog. He is catalogazine. All right.
I think Magalagazine is a mouth word. It's
Yeah.
a big
How is
word.
it more than Catalogazine?
It just catalogazine just flows.
It's just
I don't
easier
know.
to pronunciate.
I don't know.
Catalogazine.
I'm with
All
Cheri.
right, All right.
Yeah.
Well, the debate will continue, I guess.
Well, I think it's funny because when my son was younger, he couldn't say magazine. He used to call it a mazagine.
Mazagine.
So
We got a third
mix with
option.
A mazagine?
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you, Patty. Thank you, Cheri, so
Thank
much.
you guys so
Thank
much.
you
So
for your
good to have
time.
you
It's
here.
so good to be here.
Appreciate
you.
the opportunity.
Yeah.